So, okay, first attempt of making stream. Nice to meet you, everyone. Yesterday, we've had the release of our application here, and that's why we want to make some live attempt of playing the game, the Learn Words, Use Syllables. So, I'm one of the developers here. I'll be trying to explain the game to you and to explain what the functions are right now, what are the future plans. Of course, we'll try to play some levels, to browse through the options here, to compete against different languages, and hopefully we'll be able to collect some points in the process and unlock some new categories. So, this is our game, Learn Words, Use Syllables. The main idea here is that, of course, you are set in the levels with some syllables in a colorful bubbles, and the main goal is to recreate the whole worlds from those syllables. So, access that as well. Okay, it seems I have it on the left side. So yeah, here this is the main screen of the game. Here I can go here into, I can open the main menu. I have some categories, and each category has a set of levels that I can complete. I can open some level and I get some syllables, and I need to recreate a whole world syllables. After I'll recreate all the words, the level finishes, I can go to the another level. So the game, of course, because it's kind of words learning app, it has a separate control system for the UI or for the interface localization. So I can go to the settings and change what the UI will look like. And also in the main menu we have an option to change what the language of the in-game words will be. So for example, I could play in German, I could play in English, and I can of course track my progress in each separate language using it. For example, in the German language now I have 15 collected stars, so probably I've completed like 5 levels, 3 stars for each one. Here the English is the easiest one. I will try to go through more levels here as for now, and we'll see how it will go. English should be of course the easiest, maybe because we are Polish developers. Polish would be easy as well, hopefully. So yeah, each category has a separate tracking system, and there is an overall sum of points collected here. We have 9, so probably 3 completed levels. I can play the game using my mouse cursor. I can use keyboard, so I could try pressing here with my keyboard arrows and then press enter to get somewhere. Okay, to go back, and so on. Probably it will be most convenient to start with mouse. I could also connect the Xbox controller and play with the Xbox controller. For now, mouse cursor will probably be the easiest one. So I'm going to the English words here. I can check using the Z key, the sum of the already collected stars. I'll try to recreate some words connected to animals. So let's go here. This is the animals category. I've already collected stars from 2 levels before. I'll try the third one. Of course, the more difficult the level, the bigger is the possible number of different words that can appear. The further on we will go, the more difficult the possible words will be as well. And yeah, and for now there is like a single difficulty level, so you progress through more and more difficult words, but there is no like a beginner level for now. For example, when you're learning the new language and you want to test your capabilities against something crazy. So yeah, let's go to the third level. This is the level here. the syllables are falling from the top of the screen, and I need to find something I know. Hopefully I know most of them, but if not, I'll be able to use the hint at any point. It would help me. Again, I can use the arrow keys or Xbox controller here. For me, it will be most convenient to use my cursor, especially that I can show you what I'm clicking on and faster input. So here, this is the animals category. I have some animals added here. I have some names, and as I can see, I have a number of different colors used here. The idea is that I'm trying to connect syllables to each other, and of course each consecutive syllable will be of different color to make it easier to recognize some patterns here, that for example no two bluish syllables will be staying near to each other. So probably rhino is a simple word. I've collected some simple initial achievements as well, because this is a new game on a new account. Of course, there are some simple initial ones, there are some more difficult ones, like for example completed some number of levels in different languages, or for example progressing through a more and more difficult words here. So kakapo hopefully is some animal, I don't know. Yes, it seems so. Do I have anything that is created from a single syllable? Probably not, so now I can try creating those a little bit more complex ones. So for example, I have blue. What can be connected to blue? Some syllable in a different color. I can see that it will be either the yellow ones or the pink ones, or maybe something starting with white. But I can also see that because currently there is this additional information telling you that the syllable that's starting a word is always started with a capital letter. I can use that additional hint to see that all gray syllables are the starting parts of some word. So probably not the gray ones, they can be yellow ones or pink ones, blue. Hopefully it will be a blue jay. So one less, I need to get to the end of the level, so I'm trying to get through next and next consecutive words. Let's see. Rabbit, simple one. Jackal, turkey, duck. What can I? Lizard, makes sense. Wombat, hippo, If I don't know any word at this point, I can try using Alt or press on this light bulb to see some hint on what the word can be. It's a beagle, okay? Makes sense. I can know such an animal. Of course, parrot now, and the tiger. Okay, this was easy. I couldn't see it at first. Yeah, and I can go back to the menu now. And I can see that I have more stars collected, which means that at some point I'll be able to access some new additional categories. If I'm not sure what kind of level I would want to play, I can always go to the random and it will select one of categories for me, and will try to open the newest possible level from this category at this point. I can already panda, count, dolphin, raptor, zebra, puppy. Some of the words are like not exactly the names of the species, for example, but it can be connected with the category in some way. It's important to look for different patterns here, not always like recreating the names, for example, of the animals that we know here. A hornet, hyena, hyena, And the Robin. I'm going back. Okay. Of course, there are two separate modes here. The classic one, a time challenge. Time challenge will be with a time limit, and the number of stars collected for the level will be decreased the longer it takes for me to complete the level. I'll try to go into the geography, for example, now. And let's see. I don't have anything unlocked yet in the geography. I always need to complete the previous level and also connect some number of stars to be able to access the next level here. So I'm going to geography. Able to find something. A delta. In sync. Europe as a continent. And the France as a country. Africa. Fjord. First level. Easy to start with, not a lot of longer syllable-based words. Poland. Urban. State. Black. Rural. I've collected some achievement for completing the level quite fast. Complicated this time. Now in the second level there should be more words based on some scattered longer syllables. So let's see. I can see Monaco, Latvia, desert. I think these are the only ones that are based on simple words. Now I need to recreate something. So global, probably. Serbia. Norway. Arctic. Maybe market as a place. And borders between countries, of course. That. Okay, so let's go back and I'll try to get to this category and we'll try to see what's there. So maybe some food. Simple. As I can see, I have collected enough stars to be able to see that these will be available just after I'll complete the previous levels here. So the second level now. And I can see some east flower. This one maybe. That's sugar. Candy. Coffee. Honey. Maybe salty. Isle. And the next one. I think I need like 6 additional stars to unlock the new category, so let's wine, a cook, not something longer, easy one to eliminate. This looks like a salad maybe. I have okay, not exactly written like this. Okay, and this will probably be lemon. I can, of course, if I have 2 or 3 different colored syllables with the same letters, I can always select any of them. It can sometimes make it more difficult to connect different colored ones in a sequence, but it's not. So is the game available for platforms? Yes, it is. Oh. Okay, so maybe something like a cooker. Peanuts. We need to start with something starting with capital letters, so potato. Meat. Maybe tuna. Mallet. Salsa, maybe. Like a food related word. Food. Let's see. Pepper. Getting easier and easier to recognize everything the closer I get. So melon maybe. This will be probably a diet, so something more loosely connected. The food as a naming pattern, but more like something related to eating. Salad this time, okay. Now the number of letters in the salad seems more reasonable. Menu and a cookie, of course. Okay, it's not cook, but cookie. Sense now. The next one, there should be more difficult words here. Flower. Horse. Now let's see. Real maybe. Funny again. Some of the words are like there for every level there is a bigger number of words that there is a possibility to spawn than the actual words on the level. So it may sometimes be that when coming back to the same level, there may be some different words, for example. So it's not always that easy to learn all of them. We would need to play like a couple of times to get the whole view of all possibilities for the words here. Okay. Something like candy. Yeah, candy is here. Maybe a salsa or salty. Salty. Correct word. Pasta maybe. Pastry. Yeah, pasta. Sugary. Like a sugar. Or something. Where, yeah. Radish. Dairy. Again, aisle. That's somewhere in the previous level, and the coffee. See that? Simple. And now I should have enough points to unlock something new, like history. So probably something more difficult with historical names, for example, some events from the past. I have here. And let's also see how many stars I will need for the new category. It's 3 and then 10, so finishing 4 levels should unlock these two. Let's go with the history then. In some more difficult levels, when I get the second like half of the levels in the category, so 5th level plus. It's often that the first capital letter, for example, is not present, so I have no idea what will be the first syllable in the word. We are still thinking about different options to set up this to be for the players to be able to choose, for example, whether they will want those first hint letters or not, or want to create to work only with those syllables and always with only the small letters. What is the time challenge? It will be a type of the level where the time will be limited. So I'll need to stick to some time limit, and the longer it will take me to complete the level, the less stars I will collect from. Okay, so it's history. So a knight sounds reasonable. Pope, maybe. Shakespeare. Pirate. Find here. Darwin. Codex. A legend. And some fonts. Yeah, and I can try solving something in a in a different language to compare. So I'll go back to completing next levels in a moment and trying this different mode, but first let's try how the game will behave when I'll change the level. So for example, I'll want to change to German. I don't know really that well, so I probably need some additional help from the hints here, but let's check. Go to classic mode again. I've completed some easier levels for the food category. I know some of the words, so hopefully able to with that. Like 10 to 15 words probably on the level. Okay, so it's German words related to the food category. What can I see? Some Gurken maybe? Gurke. Ice? Probably not. Okay, I can see some sausage. The Wurst. Steak. Axe maybe? Yeah. Less syllables I have, the more possible it will be that I will complete that without the hint. Let's check. Mustard? No, I don't think I have most with the capital letter, so let's see. Okay, maybe some Corbis. I don't know. What's a Corbis? This. Okay, so Corbis is a pumpkin. Hummus for international here to find this pattern. Measure something. D maybe? Okay. Sense. Bison? Probably not. Peanut, of course. Spinach. Maybe aroma. Okay, then. Some type of quite difficult. So the previous levels in this category were mostly like vegetable or fruits, some simple ones. This fourth level seems more Acken maybe, okay. Linsen. Rollen. Okay, maybe I'll try in Polish. Polish is something I know. Let's try complete. I'll be able to at least explain more about what we see here. So now it will be Polish words. I'll like 1 or 2 levels here. Some of course are like imported words the remote countries to us, so some words will be the same. So grill, for example, is the same in Polish. I can see a banan, which would be a banana translated to Polish. A diet, translated to Polish. Salsa, same dish. Błony, the salty translated into Polish. Wózek, like a shopping cart here. Melon, which is similar. And a toast, which will probably be not a toast, but something like a celebration, drink in hand, beer up or something. Okay, let's go back to English. Here to present. I have 30 stars collected. I'll try to collect those additional 7 to get in the next category and see what the category will be. So let's try motorization. Probably some questions about like car brands or something like this. Okay, a Dodge, familiar car. Mazda maybe? Yeah, here. Corn. Lexus maybe? I have... Yes, here. Volda? Oh, something I know such a... Okay. Volda? A file? File maybe here. Context. Okay, maybe a Volvo makes sense. Tip from the chat. Okay, what do I have here? That was... Okay. Seems it's a less known brand of the cars then. The Cura is the same. Okay, I went straight to the next level. Steam, because of course some of the vehicle types are moving based on the steam power. A crank as a part of some vehicles. Thread. Lorry maybe? Subaru. Toyota. Raver maybe? Azor. Raver. Horn again, a spring as a part of the vehicle. I have a Skoda. Maruti. I don't know. Jaguar probably here, so I have Jaguar. Honda again. Mazda. Like a Lexus. A garage. Place where I store those vehicles. Looks like a Nissan maybe? Some, yeah, here. Rubbers maybe? No. Rubber, okay. The part of the tire for engine. Fine. Jack. Okay. Pliers. Okay, so fourth, the last level from the motorization category for now. That's what the new category just unlocked. Peugeot, probably McLaren here. Red, Cadillac. This looks like part of Mustang. They have Mustang here. A Hyundai. Lorry. Sedan probably with this one. Bentley. Toyota. Gold. Okay. Razor again. Then it will be a hubcap. Copy. Okay, so it's part of the board. I need 15 stars more to level, but I have some additional categories unlocked. So let's try the plant. Hazel makes sense. Maple. Trunk, okay. Wheat. Blade. A part of the leaf probably. And now Peony? Hummus maybe? Water? Lotus? Then poppy. Okay, so now level with the plants. As the main theme again, it can be sometimes quite loosely connected to the category. Something related to how we take care of plants, for example. A fence makes sense because in the gardens it can be often that they will have a fence or hid gardening tools, for example. The mites that can attack our plants, wasps, hedge, a bamboo, cactus. Okay. Second level seems to have this. It seems it randomized some easier words. Oh, what the third one will bring. Garden, travel, some blade, maple. Okay, there seems to be a lot more words put into the level, so even though there are a couple of easier ones, now there is more syllables hidden in between those words. So, clover, trunk, hazel, probably prune. Last easy one. Still, I'm left with a lot more syllables now. So probably water again. Yeah, it's here. Oni, so probably peony somewhere here. Walnut. Have more here. Lotus. Dahlia. Hummus. Poppy. A Gerber. Okay. The fourth level will bring like an orchid here. Fences, one, chairs. Sometimes unfortunate because as there are a lot of words that are single syllable based, good randomization is important. Sometimes can be more there ones at the early levels. Bamboo, probably some cactus here, willow, a bucket as part of the gardening tools. Just okay, I'll try to go pop culture category. Bring me. So it's like some movies, probably game related stuff. Okay. Avatar as a movie, some series of movies. Ben Hur, one that seems like a single word here. Reddit maybe as a pop culture thing, communication, way of communicating and interacting with other people. We have Eminem, Tetris, well-known game here. Titanic as a movie, of course, but here as a movie, and Arcane. Okay, next level. Avengers and as an initial easy one. TikTok. Like Zootopia. Do I have Zootopia somewhere? Yeah, it's here. Hip hop as a genre of the music, of course. Fortnite is a game. Some fashion. Music. That easy. Fashion, maybe. Musical, okay. Kind of. Movie. Based on a lot of music here. Interesting, okay. Try with the science. Science can be quite complex because quite often it has some, for example, molecules and some physics related stuff can be sometimes quite complex when it comes to their names. Or so probably sulfur, yeah. Silicone, vertex as a mathematical notion here. Nickel maybe, yeah. Here, copper. I guess. The goat. Helium, maybe. Sildium. A silver, okay, that was it. Didn't see that. So these three syllabes will create something. Probably indium. I don't know. But yeah, getting rid of the rest of the syllables made this part easier, of course. A pipette, something I can use in chemistry, for example, to get some small part of the fluid, for example. Density of something. Alchemy, of course, more like a sci-fi thing, fantasy. Science related thing. Or can say that can get back to the old alchemists that were trying to, for example, create some gold from other materials. So like an old type of science who tried to study past. Physics. Radium. Alcohol. Something created as a byproduct, of course, so different chemical reactions. The diagram. Something. I can see mercury. Looks like maybe something like tritium. like this. Looks strange. Starting like that, this can be okay. Uranium. Yo. Okay. Just like further 4th level and already quite complex when it comes to the science. Cobalt. Cobalt. Nickel maybe? Do I have L somewhere here? Helium. See some pattern here. Oh, okay, now it's here. That before. Therium. Serpentine or something like that. Okay, let's try some terbium. Okay. Less space and less options to choose. Copper maybe? Here? Okay, so just 2 starting syllables. Some guessing work can help. Lithium? Indium? Okay. It's Yttrium. One was a complex one. Okay, 4th levels. Hopefully some more easier ones selected as well, just to start with. Pets again. Electron maybe. Probably not election. Worth trying at least. So variable of some calculations here. Of course, because it's not only chemistry, even though the last level had some more additional levels from chemistry that were the toughest ones. It's not only, it can be also physics, some calculations. Electron. Do I have electron somewhere? It's here. Eclipse. Solar eclipse, for example. Some more connected to the space topic. Reptile. Okay. It's a species. Learn about. Will be connected to animals of. We have here. Nuclear maybe. Leus. Okay. Parameter. Party. Then tension maybe. Yeah, tension here. Parasite maybe. Again, this species. Learn about density. Borium maybe. Do we have some like this here? Erbition maybe. Erbium. Okay. A solution to some problem. Okay. That one was tricky. Okay, I can try getting back, for example, to the animals. Let's try completing a level with some limited time. So here, the limited time variant, I have a limited time that will start as I'll get all the words onto the screen, and of course, the less time I will have left on the screen, the worse for the result. Sometimes additionally I'll get some small hint about a word that I'll need to find in a limited number of time. Okay, these ones are easy because I have some notes. Okay, I need to arrange a word that consists of jack, so probably a jackal. Okay, I've collected some additional seconds able to create that word containing this syllable in that limited like 3 or 4 seconds time limit. Rhino as a single syllable, so in a single and easier level it's easy to create those words. Okay, so muscle maybe. Tiger, as I recall from my previous attempt. Gray probably. Hippo. Blue Jay. And the Mustang. Okay. The start. Probably a stingray will be somewhere here. Not okay. Again. Okay, there is a stingray after all. So probably sometimes it's that some of the words are waiting behind the screen, so it could be this situation. Some word was waiting for some additional space on the level to fall safely, not to block, for example, too much of visibility on the level. Tiger. Duck. Hedgehog probably. Easy with animals because in general the animals category is one of the easier ones because we know them, of course. Skunk. Let's try with some difficult level with the time limit, maybe space. As for the stars, I can see that the levels here are partially unlocked. I still need to finish all those previous levels. Let's go with space with a time limit. Galaxy. Noise, probably because we can't hear any noise in space. Pluto. Old friend in space that was once a planet in our solar system. Funny one. Okay. A flare, like a solar flare, for example, when it's more stormy and chaotic. Okay, a phase, probably like a phase, the moon, for example. Fear. Fun. Planet, bro. Saturn. Hands left. Wait a second. Galaxy, Meteor, Pluto. Fortunately, I here ones. There. Quark, like a interesting type of interesting matter. Planet. Saturn. go with the third level. Or then back with base topic. Okay, so league makes sense. One is interesting because it's two capital letters in the later part. Cardle, F while training center. NASCAR probably, yeah. Soccer. Player of something. A helmet that player like a racer can wear. The karate as a type of sport. Oh yeah, when it comes to the expansions, as we've mentioned on the store page, our next goal is adding some fixes for the things that were already reported by the players, mostly things like the additional options in the settings, for example, to be able to minimize the game, not to always place screen mode. Scar here. And also some fixes like better physics for those syllables, some better randomization for those more difficult levels, and here. And what's important for us is one thing, to add additional levels, different kinds of bigger categories to group a number of levels into one bigger category with subcategories, and also to be able to modify the difficulty level. So of course now it's just the default, but there are some players that want those simple words because, for example, they are starting to learn some new language and they want to switch to something that they've just barely started to learn, and then we would want to add this easy category for them, and also some really difficult ones. Okay, I've collected part of them. Some progress. And those very difficult ones, because there are not a lot, for example, only like a couple of the most difficult levels have those like 4 or 5 syllable words. We would want to create a separate kind of category for that, to be able to compete against those most difficult ones. One thing, more syllables in the words, only the most difficult words selected, and also with the option to disable this hint of what's the first capital letter of the word. Now we always have those. Time here. As I'm back the classic mode, space category, of course, I need to complete the levels from the first one. So yeah, being able to adjust the difficulty level would mean that I would be able to disable this hint that, for example, this is the first syllable of some word, this is the first syllable of some word, and so on. It's way easier to complete those words when we at least can distinguish where are the beginnings of those words here. We've already made some experiments with the players when it comes to disabling this hint, and it takes like 2 or 3 times the same time to complete those levels without this. Planets, there, work, Saturn, noise, already completed the same level in the time limit version towards here. Are we planning more categories in the future? Yeah, we think about additional categories. One of those close goals is creating those, as I've said, higher level of categories maybe. So for example, to be able to create a big category of the topics, for example, related to the 80s, and then subcategories like technology in the 80s, food in the 80s, popular clothes, fashion or something like this in the 80s. So not only have those low level of categories, so just categories, but categories inside of something bigger. Some context for the category. Photon. Space. All. Proton maybe. Newton. A way of measuring forces there. Gravity, looks like gravity with this one. Probably not. The beginning. Cavity. Okay. Albedo. Cosmos. A fitting word for the cosmos category or space related category. And the zodiac signs. Galaxy. The main goal is here to make this game more parameterized, that the players can adjust the level more to their needs, and to switching between languages is already quite easy, but of course we'll add more levels so that the further ones will be even more difficult as the game expands. And also it's important for us to add some languages, of course, and some new game modes, because it's now only classic game mode, time limited one, but of course it's not like the end of that. One of the interesting variants here is that function that we are currently using in the time limited mode, the function that when I'll connect the words of the word that I should be looking for in a limited number of time, then I get those additional seconds. We would want to try to create a mode when you won't be able to create that word in that particular amount of time, then it will be a lost level. So a limited but a more extreme variant of the time limited mode, so that you'll get some more time for finding the word, but you will need to delete those words in a particular order. So you won't be able to like eliminate all the easiest ones at the start, but you'll need to follow some pattern here. Phase here, flare, eclipse, aurora. It's quite connected to the flares. Planet, density, process that's happening, for example, inside sun. course, we'll want to create some more difficult modes, because now, especially those first like 2 or 3 levels are quite easy, basic. We would want to make players capable of skipping those levels easier and then going to those more difficult ones faster if they would prefer. So thinking about different solutions for that now. Medusa maybe from the Greek, for example, mythology. Mythology probably is cool. Not lineage maybe. Sultan maybe, yeah, it's here. Mythology. Rogan. Lincoln. Abraham probably. Caesar. Vaikuna. Example from Norse. And one of the modes that will be added not long from now will be a mode where there will be more words in the level. Now it's that you're just getting most of the words at the start. Sometimes there are a couple additional ones outside of the screen waiting for some space to join the game. But like this is the most of the words on the level. We'll want to use some additional space here and also to add an option to drop some additional words as the level is progressing. So for example, when we'll eliminate half of the words, we would be able to drop additional couple ones and a couple ones, so that there would be levels where with a longer progression before getting to the end, which would be of course the most difficult, for example, for the time limited levels, where you would need to go through some part of the words but still seeing the overall longer progress for that session. 5 spear. Codex maybe again, yeah, here. Dynasty. Medieval Dynasty game, for example. Legends. Then some pirate probably here. Science, some way of learning about history. Eastern. Artisan. Society. Oh, art. Then article. There, for example, posting some art. The topic. Charter. Colony. This is an example where some additional words are joining the game as we progress. So they were not visible from start, but after I've eliminated a couple of those words, I was able to get more of the words. Okay, what? Medusa probably with this one. Artifact, not here probably. Shogun probably here. Lincoln. Demis. Nope. Artifact. Roosevelt, okay. Blue. Mark. Crusades, okay. Yes. Sounds familiar. Conquest. Someone. Columbus, okay, like Christopher Columbus. Okay, so now the game supports 8 separate languages. Want to experiment with something that you don't know anything about, like for example, I go some Spanish language. I can adjust as well the UI language, of course, to be able to make it easier for me to navigate through the game, and then I can get into the game. And I can try playing with something difficult. For example, I don't know anything Spanish words here, so I can try guessing them or helping myself with this hint system. I think Panda is probably international. Koala, okay, this one. Here. Of course, we are now considering whether to add some limiting for the hint system. We don't want to like block it artificially, but also we would want that separate, more difficult level of difficulty to be able to block this for some time. So for example, players would be able to use the hint system every couple seconds, not to overuse that. And the hyena. And now I've unlocked the second level of the animals for this language. Go back to English. Try some geography question here. Europe. Canada. Height. Africa. Alpine. Then we can go urban. Plains. Mexico. Belgium, probably. Or yes. Hungary. Poland. Sandra. No. Yes. So for now, for this session, I think everything. will of course be updating and preparing the new version of the patch for the game and some improvements. We of course encourage you to either try the game or wishlist for the future, as we'll be expanding and adding more functions. It will be a good way to keep in track with how the game is changing, what additional functions are being added. We will be working soon on the full support for example, Steam Deck as well. Something that we would want to add in the future, because currently we are working on the Nintendo Switch port as well, so that's why it's important for us to try with those consoles and to be able to support those consoles as well, because this is this type of game that's quite convenient to use handheld devices. So yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Would like that, and hopefully you like the game. We are open and encourage you to share any feedback you have. For example, in the community hub there, we'll try to respond on any feedback and collect that feedback to implement any changes that you want to see in the game as well. So thank you very much. Have a good rest of the day. Thank you.